Happy Monday, I think is what the children say.
Woohoo!
Yay.
This is The Perspective. My name's McCall.
I'm Mima.
And I'm producer Butters.
And, today, planning on going to the gym. I've been kind of talking about it a little bit. But the thought of going to the gym is something I have to prepare for. So when I get up in the morning, obviously I'm up pretty early. I have to pack whatever it is, whether I'm getting my clothes, whether I'm getting my lunches. And I sort of didn't pack my gym clothes today. I already have some gym clothes over at, the gym in my locker. And I was telling producer Butters about this and said, I've got my gym clothes that I just have over there. And he said, well, don't you wash them? I said, yes, sometimes. I mean, for the most part.
And I said, that's gross.
Ew.
I don't do it I don't wash my clothes every single time. For me, if I'm going to the gym, typically when I'm running at the gym and I'm doing my workouts there, it's mostly just running because they have a really nice treadmill it's my favorite. It's got some really good bounce and stuff to it. So if I'm running on the treadmill, I don't really sweat all that much. I just never have either growing up and everything. It's just not something that I have done. And so for me, if I'm working out and it's a really hard workout or something, and then I'm like drenched in sweat, then I'll take it home and I'll wash my gym clothes. If not, I'll usually wear them for like 3 times. So I don't know if...
gross.
But again, that's where I fall into mine is like, I just don't really sweat a ton.
You probably do. You just don't know you're doing it.
I think I would know if I was sweating. I think I would know if my body was wet. I mean...
I don't know. I still wash, like, even if I don't, like, if I work out but I don't sweat, I still wash my clothes.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't wear them twice.
See, if I'm running on the treadmill or I'm on the treadmill or whatever, I don't. When I'm at my house and I'm working out, because I've got like all of my workout equipment at my house, so I do like most of my lifting and stuff there. Then I wash my clothes because that's when I get like sweaty more so than anything is when I'm actually lifting. So I don't know. So is it like rule of thumb, you always have new gym clothes?
Yeah.
I mean, I would assume, yeah.
Interesting.
Like even in high school, I would take, just so I wouldn't have to carry clothes every day, I would take 5 changes of clothing.
See, and I've got a couple of different changes of clothes in my gym locker. So it's not like, I rotate them out, basically. So I've got most of them, they're in the washer right now, actually. Which reminds me, I need to move them over when I get home. Oh, crap. Did I restart the washer? The dryer? Anyway, beside the point. Beside the point, okay? But even in high school, it was like and maybe that's part of it, we were provided one set of gym clothes, and you had to wear their gym clothes. It had to be their uniform or whatever for the gym.
Mm-hmm.
And they only provided one pair of...
They provided clothes for you?
Just one pair.
That's what I'm asking. I'm like, they provided clothes?
I think maybe we had to purchase it, and it was like $10 or something like that for the bottoms and the top. And that was it for the gym itself for like PE and whatever.
I've never had anything bought from the school.
I mean, for me, like even in high school, like I was in the junior ROTC program.
Mm-hmm.
They even provided 3 sets of PT clothing. And
really?
We didn't do PT. Like we were Air Force,
yeah.
So we didn't do PT on the regs.
Yeah.
But they still provided 3 bottoms, 3 shirts.
That's interesting. Yeah, we had to wear a specific set of the clothing for the gym, so it was like matching bottom and top set, and everybody, there wasn't like, what do they call them, code violations, dress code violations or whatever. So it was like that was what was provided for us, was a pair. I think it was provided. I think it came with the class. Either that or it was like $10, but you had to wear it or else you were docked points. So with that, I mean, I wasn't taking it home every single day to wash it. So it just stayed there in the lockers.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably where it started from for me.
I mean, I just left them there, yeah. Until they got stinky, and then
you take them home and you wash them.
Ew. I would... okay, so I would
But I was also, like, younger, so...
I had my clean clothes would be in a bag, and then my dirty clothes would be in another bag. So I would bring 5 changes of clothing for gym on Monday, and then on Friday I would take them home, wash them, and then bring them back.
That's impressive you got a system, because I was just like, meh. I don't know. It's just interesting. I think that's where it all kind of came in for me, because ever since then, it's just kind of like,
I mean,
whatever.
I hated gym, so if I didn't have to run or do anything, I didn't.
right.
I love gym. Gym was my life.
So
Senior year, we got an extra elective. I did
Really?
team sports.
That's
yeah.
interesting. And I did team sports for my
I did social
Most-
dance.
I also did social dance. Social dance was my jam.
Social dance was not provided.
So my senior year, after I had a lot of issues with my high school originally. So I went to one high school, and they said that all of these different credits were going to be applied for, like, volleyball. I played volleyball. I was on varsity volleyball. And so that was supposedly collected as a credit for PE, physical, whatever, right? So I was like, okay, great. So not true, because I was in the same school district. I went to a different school. My last trimester of high school, which I had spent all of the time making sure that, like, my last trimester, I could just, like, dink off and play whatever I wanted to play, you know? No. So I ended up having to take a history class, a math class, a PE class, a science class, because none of these things had been covered.
Do you know why?
What?
Why?
Because you had seminary.
Well, yes, but no, because, like, all of the stuff that I had already been told that the credits from the other school counted. So I had taken different, like, science classes or health classes or math classes, and they were supposed to count for each of those different whatever. They didn't have the specific qualifications to count as those points. So I don't know what happened. I don't know where the miscommunication was, but I wasn't going to graduate had I continued on with the course that I was at my first high school.
See, this is why I'm glad my parents never moved me.
Oh, dude.
They had, okay, so my family had a history of moving
Mm-hmm.
out of, like, the school boundaries my last year. So, like, elementary school in Georgia I think they just changed it, but especially in the school district where I was K through 6th was elementary school. We moved out of my elementary borders 6th grade.
Nice.
And my parents were like, no, we're not taking you out of school your last year. So they would drive me to school. I was late every day.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. I was still going to school. But it was the last day. And then my senior year, we moved out of, again, my school borders, and I was supposed to go to our rival school. And my parents were like, yeah, we're not doing that to you. So they got me a car, and I would drive myself to school.
See, and that's for me, that was my last trimester. I got moved to the rival school. Last trimester of all of high school for 12th grade. And so it sucked because it was like I was in this PE class with flipping sophomores because they were all there. Like, it was the foundational physical education class.
So your parents drove you to school?
Yeah.
Like, all the way up to the senior year?
No.
Just the last.
So my elementary school was within the borders of my high school. Which
Right. I got that.
Okay. So we moved out of my elementary school borders, but I was still within the high school. So after I graduated elementary school, I went to middle school, and high school, I rode the bus. Or I would get dropped off by my brother because I had early morning drill practice.
Except for the last
year, my senior year. And they didn't get me a car. They just let me use the minivan.
Oh,
So I would
Yeah.
drive myself to
I was
school.
like, I drove myself when I was a sophomore? No. Junior? I don't remember.
And the thing is I
Yeah.
didn't even drive myself to school. I had to drive myself to a friend's house who would then drive me to school because I didn't pay the parking permit.
See, and that's what's crazy is that you have to pay parking permits outside of, no, we didn't have parking permits. It was like, you just get there. Good luck.
No, you had to have your license and you had to pay to get a
That's so
parking spot.
crazy.
They didn't, well, now there's so much more development, but
Right.
you used to be able to park along the south side of the school, along the road, and then on the west side.
Mm-hmm.
But they've built a bunch
Everything.
of stuff there now, and now you can't park there.
It's crazy, but that's the kind of thing. I mean, I think about a lot, especially with like the kids that are driving to school now, because it's fascinating to me. Like Dustin and I were talking about this the other day while we were in Chicago. It's interesting that there's so many people that don't have their driver's licenses because, like Cardi B, she talked about it. She didn't get her driver's license until she was like 20 or 22 or something like that.
18.
Because there's no reason to like get your driver's license when you can Uber, or you're in the city, then you have to pay for parking, then you have to pay for all of the other things on top of it, and it's easier to just walk. Whereas here, I'm not walking from my house. Are you freaking kidding me? Absolutely not. 19 miles, no thanks.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because there's all of that permit parking and stuff that you have to focus on when it comes to those bigger vicinities.
Well, I mean, I grew up in a town no bigger than Logan.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so. Yeah, when I moved here and they're like, yeah, we don't pay for parking at schools. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
We had to.
Yeah.
There is a park, like at the school I went to, there is a paid parking.
Oh, there is.
Yeah, you can buy it, but I mean, it's a limited amount. Everything else is just a free for all.
It's not required.
I never did park into the parking lot that's on the south side of the school. Like, it was just pointless because you would never get it unless you got to school like really, really early.
Which is overrated.
Well, a lot of students, what they would do is they would go to the shopping strip that was like down the street, park there, and then they would walk to school.
Interesting.
So they wouldn't have to pay. Which I guess I could have done, but my friend paid for her parking, and she's like, yeah, if you get here before 8:15, which is when we were supposed to be in class.
Well, what was the paid? Was the paid monthly or was it just?
Just a yearly pass?
It was like an annual.
Okay.
But my problem is I didn't have my license either, so I didn't get my license till after I graduated.
So I think ours was only offered to seniors.
Oh,
The paid parking spots.
interesting.
Well, my school, it was divided. So you had the senior parking, which was in the front of the school. You had the faculty and then the senior parking. And then off by the softball or baseball field, past the football field, next to the middle school was the junior and sophomore parking.
Interesting.
So it was a long walk.
Yeah.
But now my old middle school is part of the school now, so it's the high school. It's weird.
That is weird.
They built like a whole new middle school, and then the old middle school, it's like Sequoia Building 2.
Building 2.
It's like the middle school that I went to is now an elementary.
Oh, yeah.
That's weird to me.
My elementary school is the oldest elementary school in that town.
The elementary school I went to is no longer there. They destroyed it. It's gone.
We actually
Yay!
used the original
Mine's not either.
school building we used as a gym, and now it's like nobody can use it because building
Interesting.
dangers. They had to build a new gym, but they still have the old gym.
Interesting.
Well, we went really off.
I know.
Yeah, we did.
So,
From stinky clothes to
stinky
schools.
clothes to schools.
School parking.
School parking, which is the most ridiculous. Is there, I mean, laziness obviously was tied into some of this. Do we want to get into laziness? Do we want to hold off? And
No, we can. I just wanted to. I wanted to tell you guys what the recommendation was for
our laziness?
for the stinky clothes.
Oh, stinky clothes.
Oh.
Okay, great.
So post exercise, hang your stuff to air it out for a few hours before you throw it in the hamper.
Okay.
Dark, damp places invite bacteria to grow.
Yes.
Basically creating stench.
Yeah.
Then there's pre-wash. Turn your gear inside out. The interior is where sweat penetrates the fabric. Don't go over the top on detergent. Using more than recommended amount can leave residue on your clothes, which makes them more likely to soak up odors in the future. And then post-wash, do a sniff test. If your apparel smells funky instead of fresh, rewash it.
Do a sniff test.
You're like, yummy.
Yeah, I go with that. That's fine. Interesting.
So anyways, what things, I guess, are you lazy about?
Everything. I'm really lazy about like obviously my laundry, obviously
Same.
taking my clothing home from the gym. I have been really lazy about my car, keeping my car clean and organized. Proud of myself because I haven't been the last week and a half, but it's because I cleaned it a week and a half ago. So anyway,
Yay.
I think I'm lazy not to wash my laundry because I wash my laundry and I dry it. It's putting it up. I leave it in the hamper way too long or on my bed. And since it's a king size, I just scoot it over and sleep.
that's fair.
I'm going to say the dishes.
Oh, yeah.
I did not do them last week.
Dude, I didn't either. I think it was Mercury. Honestly, Dustin and I were talking about this 2 days ago because I was like, man, I feel like I haven't caught up with anything. I haven't been caught up with the stuff in the kitchen. And he's like, I've been really bad with dishes this week. I was like, dude, same though. So I don't know. It must just be.
It was piled high enough that you couldn't move.
Dang.
It gave me an anxiety attack.
Ooh, that's crazy.
The thing is, I mean, it bothers me, but it doesn't.
Eh.
Well, so I have a thing when I cook, I have to have a clean kitchen.
Okay. So I'm the
So-
same way.
So yeah, I was trying to cook and I was like, ugh.
See, okay, so here's my thing. I thought the dishwasher was empty or
Mhm.
not empty. I thought there was clean dishes in it,
Mm-hmm.
and I was too lazy to put those away, so I could start putting the dishes in it.
Oh,
See,
there you go.
stupid lazy things.
That's
lazy
all right.
things.
That's all
Yeah.
right. I feel like there's a lot of stupid, lazy things, though.
Well,
yeah.
also one lazy thing I have because I don't go in that room. So my guest bedroom was a guest bedroom / workout room / office.
Mm-hmm.
So I finally took my desk out of that room because I thought it was too much for one room, and I put the desk back in my room.
Okay.
And I was gonna redo the guest bedroom. Well, there's just boxes in there with a bunch of stuff, and I still haven't gotten to organize it. And it's been a year.
Hmm.
It's the one room in my house that is a complete mess.
I think we
Oh.
all have that one room.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's a storage
Oh,
/
yep.
chaos room.
Yep.
I
Absolutely.
need to straighten it out though.
It happens. I mean,
Because every
really.
time I open my door, the door to that room, and this is why I don't use my treadmill, is because every time I open the door to that room, I have an anxiety attack because it's messy and disorganized, and I'm just like, I don't know where to start, and then I close the door and go downstairs.
Okay, so I gotta ask this: when do you Wow.
Great words.
When do you talk? No, when do you
Never.
clean your tub or shower?
So I had somebody, excuse me, I had somebody that was cleaning my house. I'd hire her to come clean every week. I have since let her go. And at this point, I am now at a point where I am washing it every week.
I try to wash it every week. I'm scared
That's where
to
I'm
ask.
at. I just feel like
I wash it when I start seeing the yellow stuff.
that's all right.
I mean, that it happens.
It does happen.
But it's every time I'm like, oh, I need to stay
Oh,
on,
shoot.
on top of this, and the next thing I know, there's ooey gooey gunk
Mhm.
everywhere. So okay, so the shower curtain, do you have one of those shower curtains it's I don't know.
The inner lining and the outer lining.
Yeah.
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 So the inner lining, what I've learned is when that thing gets gunky and gross, what you do is you put it in the the washer
Uh-huh.
with a lot of detergent on high, and it
Interesting.
comes out clean every time.
That's interesting.
That's what I do.
I just throw mine away and I get a new one.
I throw both the inner lining and the shower curtain in the washer.
She's like, this belongs here. Goodbye.
And then when it's out, I pull the inside lining and I hang it up. So it'll
I just
Air
I just
dry.
put it back on the thing.
so it'll air dry
Yeah.
in the tub, and then my actual curtain I tumble dry.
Interesting.
Yes, I do the same thing.
Yeah, I just take mine and
She's
I
like,
just
this
get a
is
new one.
gross.
You know what I haven't washed in a long time, and I think I should?
The toilet.
Wow. I wash that every week.
Oh,
Calm
okay.
down. No, my curtains.
Mm.
Wait, how do you wash your curtains?
You take them off of
And you
the
just throw 'em
thing
in
and
the-
you throw them
yeah.
in the washer.
Not your blinds, your curtains.
Oh,
Figured I needed to clarify that one there because you looked a
You
little
just-
confused.
Also,
You
hear
look-
the
You look very confused. They're broken. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know how they broke.
Yeah, I'm very confused. See, so I am usually when I'll wash my inner lining of my curtains. I do it whenever I wash my bathtub. So when I wash my hair, I have to bleach my bathtub because my hair is pink and I use my pink conditioner and it dyes my hands, which in turn dyes my, so I wash my inner lining all the time with the bleach. I just bleach it. And then the outer curtain I have to actually take off. It's on my list of things to do this week is wash
Mine
it.
too, actually. I have
So.
to clean all my... Actually, I'm going to change my bathroom decor because it's
okay.
lilac.
Mhm.
And I'm going to switch it for my other set, which is pink.
It's a good choice. I just barely changed my sheets over and blankets over and did the same thing. Just switched it.
I'm
I
just gonna
have
burn it all.
How dare you?
I have to do my bed. I have to wash my bedding.
Now I do that pretty regularly.
I
At least
usually do too.
at least once every 2 weeks,
Mhm.
usually.
All right.
So
Some good stuff.
for some reason,
Yeah.
I think that's important.
I
It
do
is
too.
important.
It is. It's very, very important.
There's nothing more satisfying than
I don't
going
know.
to sleep on
I
clean
don't
sheets.
know.
I know.
I don't know how I did that as a kid because I don't remember ever washing them.
My mom would make me. So for me, it's kind of ingrained that I have to wash it at least once every 2 weeks or change them. So I always have to have a spare bedding set so I can wash
Mhm.
those and put the other ones because I know I'm lazy.
Mm-hmm.
So that way,
Well, I know that I gotta get
If-
in my bed, so I'm gonna make it every.
if,
Right.
if I leave my bedding in the washer, in the dryer, I at least have the clean set on it. And that includes sheets,
Mm-hmm.
comforter, shams, and then the extra blanket that I use to sleep on top of the comforter.
I've got all extra stuff too. I'm
don't.
I'm the same way. I have 2 sets basically. I've got other sheets and blankets and stuff in case I wanted to throw stuff together, but like a nice put together set of blankets and sheets. I just got them I got the second set like a week ago when I went to the Serenoni remote and I went and bought stuff there. So now I have my 2 sets, which is nice because I mean they're both striped. They're just both white and gray striped. So I just kind of rotate out. One's like a white and gray stripe with pink. The other's like a white and gray stripe with like gray and black. So
Mine are just purple tinted, completely different design, but they have purple in them.
there you go.
My
Good
room
stuff.
has to be purple.
Good stuff. Do we have any final thoughts when it comes to, laziness and gym and school and clothing and blankets, and showers, wash your clothes,
Wash your sheets.
Wash your
Clean your
sheets.
bathroom.
Organize your guest bedroom.
get you some good hygiene. All right, it's kind of what we're
Yes.
leaning towards. Good hygiene.
Yeah.